The Marvels. This is my spoiler review. I do have a review on soundofbettermyhead.com. That's pretty much spoiler free if you'd rather check that out or check that out first. I end up giving this movie a 2.5 out of 5. There was stuff I liked about it, but there was a lot of stuff that just kind of dragged it back down again. Looking at the more recent Marvel space stuff, I'd say Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 was way better, but The Marvels is way better than Thor: Love and Thunder. So it's, if you rank it among these recent Marvel space movies, it's somewhere in the middle. I think I overall probably enjoyed it more than the first Captain Marvel, which, to be honest, I didn't think was that great to begin with. I think it definitely helps if you've watched the Ms. Marvel show. WandaVision, not as necessary, but they try to catch up, as best they can for a Marvel movie, because they normally don't try to catch you up. In fact, I really like early in the film where it really felt like a part of the Ms. Marvel show, where it's her little, animation and, her stuff with Captain Marvel. So you saw that part, that gives you a gist of some of the stuff you would see watching the Ms. Marvel TV show. It's actually a decent show. It's not the greatest, but it was decent. I have a review on somewhere on my website, somewhere on this YouTube channel as well. Anyways, the plot of the movie was fair. To be honest, there was a lot of points I was thinking this is kind of just the plot of Spaceballs. Basically you got a bad guy that the Kree homeworld has got serious environmental damage, so she's basically stealing natural resources from other planets. I don't know how this would really work in real life. I don't know if you could take the atmosphere from planet A and then put it on your planet, and take the water and whatever probably biological elements it had in it, put it in your planet and steal the sun. You can make a deal with the sun, but the rest of the shit seems like it would kind of mess up your ecosystem, but what do I know? And she also happens to be targeting planets that Captain Marvel would, get mad about. And then, of course, the heroes have to stop her. They're forced to work together. And that's more or less the plot. Like I said, it's not the greatest. It moves pretty briskly. I felt the villain was relatively weak. I mean, we eventually get some idea why she's doing what she's doing, but it just never really worked. It was just kind of there. It's like, all right, we got to give her some kind of motivation. She really wasn't that compelling one way or another. She was just really angry. There's really nothing special about her that stood out. Like, she just had another accuser type hammer. So it's not like she had some cool new powers. I mean, they did make it where she could at least go toe to toe with, I guess it would be toe to toe with 3 different characters. But whatever, never had any feeling that she wasn't gonna get defeated. Character-wise, like I said, I thought Carol was a lot more relaxed this time around. Like, you get to see her a little bit more vulnerable in the last movie. It was nice not to see her as stoic and a little bit, off her guard. Monica was fine, just kind of rolling over from what we saw from WandaVision. I thought Kamala brought that kind of outsider view to all this stuff. Like, what's it like, kind of an average person being thrown into some of this stuff, even though she does have superpowers now. She also radically upped her fighting game. Like, she wasn't fighting like that one, in her own series. I don't know, I don't think much time seen that pass since the end of her series. So it went right from the post-credit scene of her series and going into, the Marvels. But it works. There was some decent fights, some decent action scenes overall. I wasn't quite as impressed with the concept of them being able to switch places in the middle of a battle. I don't think it really made that big of a difference in the action. Not as much as I thought it could. Just because I think overall the powers are relatively similar. There's either shooting an energy blast at someone or shooting an energy made solid fist at somebody, so it kind of didn't necessarily stand out that they're different fighting styles, different power sets. The weirdest moment, the one I think we could have done without, was they visited basically the water planet where everybody sings. It got real cheesy. That reminded me of some Thor: Love and Thunder corniness. At least it wasn't too long of a sequence. I don't know how Carol was able to magically turn her outfit to like this, you know, Captain Marvel ball dress and then magically turn it back. That just kind of happened. It's not like she kept this power because it seemed like she had to make her new outfit for battle later on. So it's not like she could always just apparently change her outfit. Did give Brie Larson a chance to sing because, you know, she actually can sing pretty well. But like I said, it just felt really cheesy. It felt like something like from the, like I said, the Thor Love and Thunder, which I didn't think was a good movie. I thought they went a little too much with Goose and the Flurkins. It's one of those things that people kind of liked in the first one, so it's like, oh, let's do it again and do a lot more. I thought they overdid it. I think Kamala's family overstayed their welcome a little bit. I liked their dynamic with her. I thought they added some fun to the film, but I don't know if they had to be there the whole time. Like, I don't know how much of it added that much. It was a bit of a distraction. There was a lot of new characters, just random characters on the space station. They got a lot of screen time. They really weren't that interesting. You got the one guy with a big beard. Apparently he was some type of alien, but he looked human. I don't know. I don't know who these people even were. Last time we saw the space station, it was all Skrulls, and now it's just kind of random aliens, humans. I don't know. Just a weird conglomerate of aliens and people. Never really explained it. Seemed to be a lot of space stuff going on in this movie. Like a lot of people were using the jump points. So I don't know. Is Earth like a tourist attraction now for aliens, or did they all just hang out in the space station? Some things didn't really get answered. I don't think they needed to. Just a random thought I'm just having now. Interesting seeing Valkyrie have her cameo. I know there was a lot of fan fiction for some reason. They thought Valkyrie and Captain Marvel should have been a couple for some strange reason, even though they had really no interactions previously. They kind of almost hinted that they maybe had something, whatever, but didn't care one way or another. Again, the film had its little bit of heart. I think, especially with Kamala. I think Kamala was able to add some heart to it, and she added a lot of the humor. So I think she was a great addition to everything. And really, the biggest thing was the mid-credit scene. Definitely got a pretty audible whoa for me. I was hoping for something cool. That's not what I was expecting. They went with a CG version of the Beast, but it was still Kelsey Grammer doing the voice, so that was pretty cool. I don't think that means he's going to be the Beast going forward. I think it's going to be yet another parallel universe that's going to pop up until we get our official X-Men somehow, some way. But again, I guess that's about it. I'm probably kind of all over the place on this one. Like I said, the movie itself was okay. The plot was really just enough to keep things moving. The body switching thing, or whatever you want to call it, place switching thing, was a little messy at times, but it kind of kept things moving. I thought the Carol was a lot better this time than her last film. It was nice having her people, have her people to interact with a little bit more than just Fury, like people that are more like her peers. The villain was one note. Never care if you've seen her again. And I said a little too much of this corniness, like a little too much Flurkin, singing planets. Like it's kind of like the worst of the Marvel space stuff, which I think really dragged the movie back down for me a bit. But other than that, like I said, I do have the non-spoiler version of this review, which is probably way more coherent. I have other reviews. I have my comic strips. Those are all at soundedbettermyhead.com. So if you want to check those out, that's cool. Other than that, thanks for watching.